Yo, what's going on, people? Listen, I ain't made a video in a while. Um, but I've been meaning to do this video for a while, yeah. And it's about Korean Backdash cancel. Like, this is a very big issue to me. Very big issue with Tekken 8. And it's one of the reasons why I do not play the game anymore. Because Korean Backdash cancel, yeah, was one of the things that separated Tekken from other fighting games, and it being effective made the neutral play in a way that was very, very satisfying, right? And it like it didn't completely define the game, but it was a big reason why at high level the game was so good. So let me explain to you why Backdash cancel needs to be good in Tekken, right? And I don't like this argument of sidestep is better and things like that. That's a lie, because it works completely differently. So like the huge difference. This shouldn't even be a hard concept to grasp, but for some people it is for some reason. I don't know whether they're being dishonest on purpose or they just genuinely don't have, critical thinking skills. So basically, yeah, sidestep, it comes with a big risk, right? Because if you sidestep the wrong way and that person does an attack that tracks that way, you could lose the whole round for that decision, right? But what Backdash cancel did was allowed you to move away from your opponent relatively safely, and it didn't matter what attack they did, if they're in range, to be honest, unless it was a low. Like, you'd rather block it or you'd make the attack whiff, right? And that ability to create distance allowed you to create whiffs, and it also allowed a very good timing game to be played in Tekken. So the timing of when do you attack, when you dash in, and that's what made Tekken 7 quite fun to play, in my opinion, because obviously because you had the magic fours, right? You could time someone dashing in and then get a counter hit launch. So, but then you could also try and dash in, then dash back out, bait the counter hit launch, and then whiff punish them. So like a player's timing would be on display, like quite evidently. But in Tekken 8, they've pretty much removed that whole part of the neutral. Like, he's just gone. Like, because you can win without doing it. You know what I mean? You can win by popping heat burst, doing your mix. You ain't getting away, and then it's just that. All right. Here's the other thing, right? Basically, people claim that Tekken 7 was a backdash simulator, right? And these critiques, if I'm being 100% honest, come from players that don't actually have a lot of knowledge about Tekken in general, or they're just genuinely bad players that don't want to get skill gapped. Yeah? That's just me being 100% honest. I don't care. I don't even play the game no more, so the community can say what they want. I honestly don't care. I'll be 100% truthful. Yeah. Like, the people that are advocates for Korean Backdash cancel being the way it is or being bad, they genuinely are like that. Look at Jason Montoya, people like that. There's more as well. Anime profile picture guys that just be, defending the state that Korean Backdash cancel is in. Blindly as well. They'll have no facts, no nothing. They'll just spurt off just nonsense. They'll say, "Oh, look at the interactions," and da-da-da. Basically, they'll advocate for just easy offense. That's what they will do. And that's what most people hate about Tekken 8 is how easy the offense is to impose on your opponent. Do you get what I'm saying? And a big part of that is the backdash cancel being so bad. I want to point out that why do you think the just backdash bro meme was a thing in Tekken 7? Yeah. These lot are trying to rewrite history. The whole reason why just backdash bro was a meme in the Tekken community was because everybody knew you couldn't just backdash and beat your opponent. Especially characters like Akuma. Mind you, that character won 2 Tekken World Tours. 2 Tekken World Tours. That guest character won 2 Tekken World Tours and multiple majors. Yeah. This character was a very pulverizing character in Tekken 7. And it wasn't just him. There was other characters as well. But the whole meme, just backdash bro, was like, you know, a downplay meme. Even Super Akuma himself acknowledged it was a meme. He was joking. Yeah. Like, you couldn't just beat Akuma by backdashing. If that was the case, he wouldn't have won 2 Tekken World Tours in a row. Yeah. You couldn't beat any character in this game by just backdashing. This game was not a backdash simulator. It just had interactive and in-depth neutral and very satisfying neutral. That's what it had. Why do you think that the games with the best backdashes in Tekken are pretty much the most loved? Like, most people say Tekken 5, they love Tekken. That's probably the best Tekken of all time. I think Tekken 6 was the best Tekken of all time. That's up for debate, yeah? But they had very good movement. They had really good backdashes. Backdash cancel was definitely a technique that was necessary at a high level play. What? So it's funny how they take that away and people are not enjoying the game as much. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't create distance in Tekken 8 like that. Big up man like Nova, because he explains it properly, like, and he goes in depth with examples. People that push back against people like him, you're idiots. You're idiots. Because you got no facts, bro. You just got feelings and you just don't want to get skill gaps and you don't want the game. You don't care about the game getting better. You care about robbing people. That's what it is. That's all you care about. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's just me saying it 100% honestly. So, a big misconception about this game, obviously, was the just backdash. No, saying that it was a backdash simulator, right? But I think a bit of that is basically there was 2 characters in this game specifically that had very problematic backdashes, but people won't point that out because of who the characters are. Do you know what I mean? If it was Leroy or a character like that, yeah, you would hear all about it all the time. Yeah, but yeah, if it, you know what I'm saying, if it was Jack, if it was a Mishima, you'd hear about it all the time. But these 2 characters were Kunamitsu and Elisa. Yeah, those 2 characters had very problematic backdashes. There were some characters that had stronger backdashes as well, but I wouldn't say they was like problematic where they could just backdash out of loads of situations that they shouldn't be able to. But in neutral, it's hard to. It was more their hurt box. Lars, for example, Miguel Raven, but the problematic backdashes, let's keep it 100%, was Kuni and Elisa. Yeah, combined with the hurt box, it was very, very frustrating to fight those characters, right? And people are trying to rewrite history and pretend that's what the whole game was. That's a lie. That's a straight up lie. Yeah, that's not what the whole game was. Yeah, Do you know what they should have done? Is just nerf the backdash on those two characters. Simple. Yeah, they should have nerfed the backdash on those two characters. But instead of nerfing the backdash on those two characters, what did they do? They nerfed the backdash on pretty much everyone, apart from Dragunov for some reason, which makes no sense. Do you know what I mean? They nerfed his backdash by like the tiniest, like it's insignificant. Why do you think Dragunov was running around winning everything? Why do you think that in all the tournaments where people are like, oh, it's real Tekken, this shows glimpses of real Tekken? Yeah, because Dragunov has basically a Tekken 7 backdash. Genius. Yeah? Like, so it's like, come on, man. Come on. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is as well, yeah, I don't agree with levelers because Tekken was never designed to be played on a levelers controller. Tekken was originally designed to be played on an arcade stick. It was an arcade, like, you know what I mean? It was on an arcade cabinet. Yeah. Or console, which had a regular pad. That's what it was. I don't agree with levelers controllers. I think that they're cheating because that is not what the game was designed to be played on. Do you get what I'm saying? So with the levelers controller situation, I get it. Like, some people are going to have some mad backdashes with the levelers controllers, right? But there would be ways around that. Like, do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's one of them. They haven't banned them, so people should just deal with it, to be honest, and switch to levelers yourself if that's the case. Do you get what I mean? Like, you shouldn't make any decisions around that, but that's not necessarily what I think they did it for anyway. They nerfed the backdash cancel to they nerfed it to reduce the skill gap. And like, what that done is that's hurt Tekken forever. It has. And like, I really think they should buff it to Tekken 7 standard again, especially considering the amount of offense and the amount of things that you can do to force offense on your opponent. Just one heat engager, they have to guess anyway, bro. So like, it would at least make the offense feel more earned if you could make heat engages with easier. Do you get what I mean? So also, I want to say, I forgot about Zafina. Zafina had a problematic backdash as well. That should have got nerfed as well. So if they just nerfed all three of those characters' backdashes, I think we would have been fine. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't a game-wide issue. It was a character-specific issue with certain people's backdashes. And even then, that issue is nothing compared to what Tekken 8 has introduced. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Also, I wanted to point out that Rangchu won Tekken World Tour as well with Kuma in Season 2, who was a character that was notoriously known for not having the best backdash. He wasn't known for having a good backdash cancel. And he won the whole Tekken World Tour. So we're not talking, you know, just a one-off tournament. He won the whole Tekken World Tour with Kuma, which is more evidence that this game was not a backdash simulator. It's literally evidence with facts and statistics. I don't see how you can argue this with actual logic. Even by just looking at the screen right now, you can't argue it. You're just lying. You're being dishonest if you pretend that Tekken 7 was a backdash simulator. It just had good neutral where you could actually skill gap someone by being better than them. But in Tekken 8, it's much harder to skill gap someone by purely being better than them. A lot of it's luck and, you know what I mean, like what character you're playing and how powerful that character's heat is and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just wanted to say that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I am passionate about it, and you know, I do feel like Tekken being in this state is very frustrating, because like a game that I used to fly out and play and that I've been playing since childhood, I genuinely don't want to play it anymore. And like, I feel like it's a mix of the community and the developers why the game's in this state. Because I feel like if the community was more level-headed, the developers wouldn't feel so confident to make certain decisions. So yeah, I just wanted to clear up the lie about this, the lie about Tekken 7 being a backdash simulator, and yeah, and why I wanted to show why it's important for a Tekken game to have a good backdash cancel. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. There's not much more I want to say on the matter. I would apologize for offending anyone, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. So yeah, safe.